All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Bungo Stray Dogs, Season 2, Episode 5.
5.
Desai's backstory is done, and Odasaku is dead.
Yeah. Desai has moved on, though.
Yep.
So that's a good thing. He's, joining the ADA.
That's right.
We might see some stuff that connects him all the way back into the present, but we probably won't.
Right. Triple gang war, apparently.
Yeah, the other cool thing we got was Fukuzawa, the leader of the ADA, getting kind of a glowing character recommendation.
Yes, man of
from,
integrity.
The guy that was the one that recruited Desai into this whole thing, the government guy, Chief Tamada.
Yes.
So it's like, oh, okay, that's kind of a cool little continuity side of it, that a character that could be brought back up in the present.
Right.
As someone who would be like above them in some way, or maybe someone that's in more of like the middle management of the government side of things there.
Yes.
But we've also got, gang on gang war. So
apparently, which I'm excited to see.
yeah. So y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. All right, everyone. Now be sure to go check out the reaction portion of the video in the description below. Then come back here for the discussion. All right.
Okay.
Three-way gang war.
Yep.
Kyoka gets revealed that, yes, she did kill her parents, and it was specifically with Demon Snow, so it wasn't really her.
Right. But it makes sense why that would be kind of like the introductory thing that would traumatize her enough and also isolate her so that then the Port Mafia could prey upon her.
Now,
Makes sense.
to be fair, there's a possibility that the Port Mafia had her do it.
Yes, there's a very good possibility.
It might not have been her. At all before being in the Port Mafia.
Yep.
Also, another thing, because we have this other character here who kind of has a similar background to Kyoka.
Similar background, similar ability.
We have an emotional grounding to the conflict from the Port Mafia side of things with regards to recapturing Kyoka, because it is not just using her ability in a functional capacity, is the idea that this person somewhat cares about her.
Right.
Now, her view on reality is warped because of her past.
Yeah.
But we don't know what that is, but okay.
Right,
cool.
But that was something that definitely helped because now granted she doesn't necessarily seem like she's going to have a big part to play in the story moving forward because she got captured and then interrogated and all that stuff.
No, she could.
But she could.
She could because I think they're going to move towards the Port Mafia splintering and falling apart, and a bunch of them joining the ADA.
Yeah.
And people that are already then captured by the ADA could then be...
That is definitely a great point, yeah. And especially if they ever needed to, ally against some other larger enemy or something, like the guild or the government or, or stuff like that. But we got into that whole situation of how deep the trauma went with Kyoka, right? And you have all the goofy stuff of her being like, well, I'll taser, I'll take my taser and cause a blackout at the place to, deliver the documents and everything.
Assassin skills.
Right, assassin skills. Accidentally, I tasered the judge. Oops, but yeah, right. But it was enough that she wasn't able to handle it, and now she leaves.
Yeah.
Okay. In a way that I'm glad that she's doing that because it's something where she'll be able to decide on her own what she wants to do.
Right.
Because quite frankly, as much as the ADA is a good, healthy place for her where she can be protected and stuff from, the Port Mafia, it doesn't have to be that place.
It doesn't have to be that place at all.
So,
in fact, the president even kind of gave us a nice little mechanical reason as to why that place that they literally were at, that address, is actually just not where we go when we do war. That's when we're doing investigations and stuff. But for wartime, no, we go to the secret church bunker and hide in there.
Yep. But apparently that's already compromised.
It is already compromised from the perspective of the Port Mafia.
There's
a possibility that Fukuzawa was planning around their plan
Yep.
and made it so that they actually went to some other place because Fukuzawa stripped naked and washed himself.
Right, he's like
quite vigorously.
Yeah, he's like obviously like because
It's like, you think I couldn't smell the radiation on them?
Sure.
You think I couldn't detect it with my extreme senses?
But also, they sent guys with knives after the president.
Yeah, he's not dumb enough to realize that...
Guys with knives wouldn't be enough for, like, the secretary of the ADA.
Yeah,
exactly. Literally no one in the ADA would be in danger from knives other than maybe the sister, character.
just because of her ability being non-combat. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So the fact that they sent guys with knives after the president, and only 4 of them, it's like, okay, yeah, clearly there's some other motive, here.
So he's smart, and I'm guessing it's going to be okay. What I would love to see it be is that it's the thing of someone will be tailing me eventually. We're going to set a trap for them at the spot that I left the stuff that would track them to that place.
Yep.
And then we can get a cool interaction potentially with Chuya and Dazai, which could be pretty cool.
That would be awesome.
But also, just the way the Port Mafia had all their stuff like cheapified in the interactions where you had the boss trying to get what was the girl's name?
Yeah, his daughter. I forget. Elise.
Elise, yeah, I believe so.
I think it was Elise.
Yeah, just trying to get her to
wear the dress that he got her and everything,
exactly.
And just
Elise Chad,
the ridiculous amount of sweets and everything that he was providing for her, because why not? Yeah.
Now, the Port Mafia has designs to kill the leader of the ADA, which I think is their smartest play to try and isolate out probably who's the strongest or at least the most influential.
Right. He's the one that keeps them all together. Like, he keeps the organization functioning, cut off the head, the body dies. Cool.
Right. Now, is the Port Mafia capable of that? I don't think so. But I would be surprised if the leader of the ADA is just stronger than everyone in the ADA combined.
Sure.
Because in some ways, I'm guessing what it is it's actually just that he has some extreme physical abilities in some ways. Mm-hmm. But Dazai, Atsushi, and some of the others, they're just as strong or actually better than the, than the leader.
I wouldn't be surprised, and yet he has the ability that has the craziest, in my mind, name of the all men are created equal. What kind of god power is this?
I have to know.
He just...
I mean, to be fair, we now get all the Western literature people coming in.
Yeah, here. we got H.P. Lovecraft
and John Steinbeck.
Yeah.
I'm so happy right now.
And they mentioned Sir Poe.
Yes, Sir Poe. He's a bit afraid of heights. Yes.
Maybe birds too.
Maybe certain birds, specifically.
But okay, I love it. Like, it's something where this show has such a just zany, almost like
zany is a great word,
almost like non-logic to it, right? Where it's like it's so wild and wacky and rambunctious and everything that the fact that it's now into there's 3 groups that are all going to be duking it out, and we're going to basically give actual strategy to the tactics of no. We have our healer. As long as our healer's safe, we're good. We're going to have our offensive teams.
As long as
we don't die, we'll come back and we'll be good to fight again, right? So our numbers aren't really an issue as long as we don't have to fight an all-out battle all at the same time, right?
Which could lead to death.
Right, which could lead to death. But it's like, okay, cool. Totally makes sense.
Right. It's like, I have so many problems with the strategy, and yet it's so fun.
Right.
That I'm like, I don't care, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the fact that they're like, but we can't let this location be given up, and yet we're going to return here repeatedly to the same spot.
What you would really want, I would think, would be a mobile way to get the healer to the people that need the healer.
Yeah.
As like a an ADA ambulance or something like that.
Or not even that. You need a recovery team to bring them secretly to wherever the healer is.
So if they're incapacitated and can't, right? Because
I have so many issues, especially with the idea that if the guild, I guess, specifically has people that will have abilities that they won't know about.
Yeah.
They just won't be aware that that's what their abilities are. When the Port Mafia, they might have dealt with them so much in the past that they're like, Dazai knows what their ability is, and we know what their ability is.
We can work around it,
Yeah, exactly. But they have the element of surprise coming in here with
Yeah, with 2 people showing up and then 4 more dropping from the sky. Which, by the way, as far as entrances, awesome. 2, I am so happy that they showed the ADA just getting their asses beat, even if it wasn't all of them or necessarily the strongest ones, because that's something that we kind of haven't really had before, and the fact that it was just the fight wasn't even shown, it's just they're done, that really helped me be able to see the guild as a threat, because one, they actually
don't double tap.
Except Except they don't double tap, and the person that they spent the whole first season trying to capture when everyone's incapacitated, they don't just...
No, that was Port Mafia.
No, but didn't they hire the Port Mafia? They put out the bounty on Atsushi?
But she got away. Oh, you're talking about...
on Atsushi.
Atsushi.
Yeah.
Well, they don't know that Atsushi is necessarily the... They don't know that Atsushi is necessarily the tiger. No, they don't necessarily. All they know is maybe that there's the tiger, and they might be just...
Okay, if they don't know that he's the tiger, then their information network sucks ass.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's one of the, and rule of cool, right?
Rule of cool.
We're gonna have super powered gang war that's a Mexican standoff between organizations. It's like, hell yeah.
And yet we saw apparently that the whole Mexican standoff thing will not fly. They're just going to be like this, just constantly just exploding stuff at each other.
Yeah, like the fact that I love how, because this is like a show about gangs and stuff, you have to have the people that show up with machine guns, where there's the suits with the machine guns and everything. But it's an absolute joke. Yeah. The machine guns wouldn't even really do anything to Atsushi in the first place. But then even with like the way they're drawn and moved around, they're like being like slid,
it's like Kill a Kill.
Yeah, like Kill a Kill, like Trigger style, like just rows of characters that are all used as a unit that are just like pushed into frame. Like.
Yeah, I love the goofiness of this show. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Okay, but if this is their setup here, then as long as they can slug this out with guerrilla-style tactics, I really do think the ADA is going to come out on top here.
Yes.
The OP and ED, though, seem to put
focus on
some
Akutagawa.
Really cool... Yes, exactly. Some really cool focus on Akutagawa that... Because we now have the Dazai backstory, I feel like we're more ready for a second Akutagawa Dazai confrontation.
Because what this feels like to me, weirdly enough, is it feels like the battle shonen, we need to beat the shit out of each other so we can become best friends kind of a thing, but between organizations, where it's like
specifically maybe between the Port Mafia and
not the guild. They're the Americans,
fuck that. They come in with guns, They broke the rules,
Which, by the way,
you brought guns to a power battle. That's
everything.
I love you for that, but
everything that happened on that cruise ship or whatever.
Yeah, that ocean liner or whatever.
With Fitzgerald. That was amazing.
So
I loved it. But like, I feel like with the Port Mafia, it's really the thing of like, all right, we're gonna totally like go to war and everything, and then we're gonna reconcile our differences and like hang out together and like be best buds. Like,
yeah, probably. I could see that happening at the very least with maybe a couple of the characters, though. I do think that what's going to happen, though, is that the Port Mafia is going to get broken apart here. The way they said that only one organization can survive, they didn't say that only one group of people can survive here.
Yeah, the people that are in one organization could abandon ship and go to the winning organization.
Yes, or just ditch out of the fight entirely.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like how Kyoka did, even though it wasn't for those reasons.
Right. The thing that makes me excited, though, is that there are characters that make sense within what they've set up to join the side that has Dazai. And I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
because especially the fact that they keep building up in the OP and the ED, the Atsushi Akutagawa parallel. That leads me to think there's going to be some really cool eventual team ups with those two. So,
like they could end up being like the kind of like
Ang,
like the estranged not brothers, like
totally.
Yeah.
But y'all, there we go. Chaos ensues. So thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access. You can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yes, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.